Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach about the React. Okay, how to create the function component and class component, how to create the routes and all the basic in this video help you to cover. Right? So first I am going to talk how to install the React. Okay, you already know React is a front-end application. It is brought by Facebook, which is help you to make the front-end application. So you have to go to you just simply type react get started on Google. It goes to the create a new app React. Now here you can create the app over here simply you by typing this command. So I just copy this one and I am going to create a new folder. This folder I am going to create as here React app. Inside folder I am going to create all the React project. So you have to open up the CMD, right click and paste it. You have to this one you have to type first app, my first app. Press enter key. Now you have to wait until the React installation completed. Now here I have installed. Now you can see inside the folder we have a first app will be created. We have to go inside the folder. So you have to type by the command cd first app. Press enter key. You go inside the folder and run the command npm start. Press enter key. Your app getting loaded. Now your React app front page is loaded successfully. You will be able to see. Now what you are going to do is here I'm going to back to my React application. I'm going to open up my React application. So here this is the React application. I'm going to open it. So you have to type cmd. You have to open on the VS Code editor. If you are not installed the VS Code editor, you must install the VS Code editor. Okay, that is the editor which help you to write the React application professionally. You have to go to the Google and type VS Code editor. Here VS Code editor. You can write it, download it over here. Click and download it. This is the professional editor for writing the codes. Right. Now let's back to our project. Right. So here code space dot. After install that, you have to open it. The command which is a code space dot. Your entire project will be this. All the folder will be open on the VS Code editor. It is passing to the VS Code editor. Now you will be able to see. It will be open up on your VS Code editor. Now here it will be open up successfully. Now what you are going to do is here I'm going to go to this src folder. Here src node modules, there are some various folders are there. Now go to the src folder. Inside the folder you can see here there are various files should be there. You just read the files names of all the things, right? So here the public folder you have a index.html. This is the main file. Okay, so it will be rendering the root. It's a root. Okay, React is a single page application. This single page will be loaded, right? So after that, go to the app.js. Right, this is the app.js. Here where your front page is loading. You can see the edit, src, all things are there. You can see here, right? So you can see here after that index.js. You can see here the index.js. It's calling the root. This root should be passing here. This is a root element. Okay, so here this is the main file. This file rendering the app, and rendering the app mean here this is the app.js. It will be rendering and running. Whatever writing here, it will be loading here along with the css written by the app.css. Right, now I'm going to go to this all the code. I am going to backspace to remove all things. Okay, this all the logo I no need them. CSS file although we no need at the moment, right? So we these all things we no need it. Only I am going to write the div tag. I am going to type h1 here. Inside the div tag you will be able to, this is the function in React. Okay, this is a function. Okay, this is a app.js which is not a page. This is a component. This component you can see we have write the function app, open the function and close the function. Inside the function you have to Return mean inside the return what you are writing here same HTML. You have to rendering the HTML. Okay, this are here only you have to write the HTML codes. Now here simple HTML code you have to write hello. It will be export to outside. Now what happen is it's getting here. After rendering here, it is passing the route. It will be running over here. That's how the flow working. Now let's save all. Now let's look at the output as hello is testing. Perfect. That's how it will be working, right? So now this is simple stuff. It will be working, right? After that, what you are going to do is, I'm going to go to select the src folder. I'm going to make another folder which is component. This component folder, I am going to create the different components. You got to create the component which is a. You have to, when you create a component, you have to make it as first letter should be capital, register. Okay, so here you have to type the extension. You will be able to type JS. That's also applicable, but in React we have the extension which is a JSX. This is the extension we are using React. Okay, the JS also possible, but you have to type this JSX. Okay, if you change the icon, you can see here the logo will be changed as a React logo. If it's a JS, it's a JavaScript logo. If you change it as JSX, it's a React logo. Press enter key. Now this is the register component. Okay. Now register component. How to create the function? So first you have to create the function component. Okay. We have two different functions available: class component and function component. First you have to create a class function component, right? Function name. What's the name? Register. Register. So register, the function is register. You have to start open and close bracket. Inside the bracket, how to write the component is you have to write the return. You have to create a return keyword. Return. You have to write return. You have to write like this. Okay. Inside here, you have to write the div tag. So here div, the HTML component you have to write here. Register. You have to write register. You have to register. You have to write register. Right. Here we have to export it. Export default register. Right. It will be exporting the outside if you are calling the register like this. Right. Now what you are going to do is I am going to go to the app.js. After the hello, I am going to call this component. Simply you have to type this component name only, register. Right. If you type this name here, the component path will be your component reside on the which folder? Component folder. Register this the component is there. Right. This is how we have to do the component. Right. It's a component. Right. Now let's back here. When you load the app, so let's save all. Here the register should be, the component will be loaded. Right. Now what I am going to do is here at the moment this how we have created this register component, product component look like this. Right. Now I am going to create another component which is a product component. JSX. How to write this one? The same code. I just copy it, paste it over here. Only the different I am going to change this one as a. Here you have to type F2 on your keyboard. If it is a lap, Fn, you press the Fn key along with the F2, you will be able to get this one. Here you have to type product, press enter key, it will be changed whatever product here also. Okay, that's how we have changed the component. This is the efficient way to do things, right? If you are not doing it, whatever where you are writing the products, this is every time you have to change it. Once time you have to press hold on the Fn key along with the F2. It will be, if you change here, it will change everywhere. Okay. So here I am going to change as products. You write products. right? Now I'm going to call this products component. Go here, you have to write over here products. Okay, it will be added table. Perfect. Now let's save all. Back to our browser. Here the products will be displayed. Now what we are going to do is another thing, important thing is routes. I am going to create the routes. Okay, route is a very important stuff. So let me see how to create the routes. Right, now let's create the routes. So go to the app.js. Okay, so here before create the routes, we have to do another thing. We have forgot it. This is the function component. I am going to create the class component, right? So depending on the situation, you have to decide that whether you have to create the class component or function component. That's upon on your situation, right? So now let's select the component, right click new. Here we have to type the component, which is we have to type test.jsx, right? This is a class component. How to create a class component? You type class. You have a class as a name, which is test. What is the name you are given here? The same name you have given here, right? So here extends, you have to type the extend keywords. You have to type component. Okay, the component. The component start and close tag. Inside the component, we have to write a render. You have to render in the component. Okay, render. Open and close bracket. Inside the bracket, we have to write return. Starting and closing here. Inside here, I'm going to type the same thing, div test. I just type it as test, right? That's it. The simple stuff. That's only the things. The creation is like the same creation. Okay, this is a test. All this. Now here this one should do also export default the test. You have to call the test over here. That's it. That's the thing you have to do it. Right? This is how we have to create the class component. Right? This is a function component. This is a class component. Class component we are not using nowadays. They are only this all are using. This is the famous. It's a function component you are using. Right? Okay. Right. Now I am going to load this component as well. So here this one should be, what's the name? Test. Write the test. It is import the namespace over here. Now let's save all. Now it be back to browser. Here test is loaded. Right, perfect. Right, perfect. Now what you are going to do is I'm going to create the routes. So go to inside the app.js file. We have loaded all the components. So here instead of that we have to get rid of. We have to keep this one. We have to make the component. We have to make the routes. So routes, how to make the route here is, we have to install this plugin random react router dom. So go to the Google, you have to type npm, whatever things you have to install, you have to type npm react router dom. Go here, you have to get the installation process over here. Just click on this one line, back to my browser. Here react tab, first tab here, this one inside the folder here, but paste this one npm I react router dom. Press enter key. You have to wait until the installation process completed. Now you can see here react router dom is installation successfully. Now I am going back to my React application. Now here I am going to make the routes, create the routes. So how to create the routes over here? Let's write this one. Okay, so here you have to write import browser router. Here this one is line. You have to write this one. Okay, import browser. Right, import browser routes from React route dom. You have to write like this. These are all the things we didn't use it. That's why it will be coming as a disabled process, right? So here I'm going to use it. How to use them is here. You have to write browser router. So you have to write browser router starting the tag. So this code I'm going to close the tag. Browser router. inside the browser router, what you're going to do is, yeah, when you implemented here, it will be enabled. Now what you're going to do is, after the inside here, I'm going to write the routes. Inside here, you have to write the routes. Routes start it, here routes close it, close that, right? Inside the routes, we have to write all the pages we have to manage by these routes. This is all the component, right? So now, what you're going to do is, I would write here as, first you have to write the path. When the page is loaded, it will be loaded the index page. This is an index page you have to get loaded, right? Index page I am going to make it as a test. So you have to get as test element, right? You have to write path. If you type the index page, the path is just slash load this test component, right? After that, we have to load another thing is if you type path slash register, you have to write like this, okay? Path slash register, it will be load the register component, right? The same thing, I'm going to copy this one and paste it here. So write path slash product, it load up the product component. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is how we have to manage the routes. Only the thing, simple. First you have to install the package of React router down. After that you import this package like this. After that you have to write browser router, open tag and close tag. Now we have to, this one we have to get rid of these lines. You have to get rid of this line. Now here, after the route started and close tag. Routes path, if you type the route like this, it's load up the test page. If your route is register, it load the register component. If the URL is coming as products, it's load up the products component. Right? Now let's say word back here. Now you have to type this again, index page is loaded. Yeah, because the index is calling here. Now if the request is coming as a register, press enter key, here register component is loaded. If the request is coming the product component is loaded. Right? Now we have a clear idea. Okay, this is the basic stuff. Okay, today we have talked about the React, very basic stuff, how to create the how to install the React app and how to create the component. We have created two different components, class component as well as a function component. After that, how to manage the routes. These are the things we talk about today lesson. You just go through these videos. This will help you to learn React application from basics. Right? I will be seeing my next lecturing with a simple how to create the React application projects simple way. Thank you.